listening to the Mark Bradford Alchemy for Life podcast.
It's a nice place to visit. Well, hey there. Welcome back. Do you live in the middle? Because it's a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there. So what do I mean by the middle? Well, as usual, I'm taking a term that most people are familiar with, and I'm applying it slightly differently, or I'm using it as a window that you can look through to see something else in your life that you typically wouldn't be able to see. So you kind of see it with my eyes. So let me give you an example. So in probability and mathematics and so forth, there's a thing called a bell curve, and you've probably heard of this. There's even it's sometimes called normal probability. People use that. Even teachers, when they say they grade on a curve, they're kind of referring to a bell curve in a way, because all the mediocrity and stuff is in the middle. If you're rolling dice, which is actually where I first learned of the bell curve many, many years ago playing Dungeons and Dragons. I know, nerd. And you roll 3 6-sided dice. The majority of the rolls are going to be in the bell curve. It's, most unlikely that you're going to roll 3 1s, and equally as unlikely that you're going to roll 3 6s. So everything else happens in the middle, and then that way you get kind of a nice average. So now that you have a concept and an image of it, I'd like to give you the window to look through, the definition here. You've probably been thrown into my world for the last year or so where you've had to work from home, or you got to work from home, depending on how you want to look at that, where you either had a home office in place, or the kitchen became your office, or you have a makeshift office, or you have to sit somewhere on a couch with a laptop and share space, and so on and so forth. But you now had more things pulling at you that you typically didn't have at work. And I went into a lot of detail with a couple other podcasts. I talked about how the environment changes your attitude and your modality and all that stuff. What I'm talking about here is that you're working, and it probably affects a lot of creatives more than people who are simply have a spreadsheet or something they need to work through, and they just simply have work and they go, I know what I need to do for 2 hours. So if you're creative, or somebody who, let's say, has to write an article or has to produce or create painting or art, you may have those days where you're kind of staring and going, I got nothing, right? And people who do that pretty much know that it's not about how long you stare, because it's just not going to happen in your frame of mind. So those people, and this may apply to you, say, I'm going to go outside. I'm going to take a walk. I'm going to stare at some trees. I'll go sit on my patio. I'm going to clean up the kitchen. I'll do something that's considered non-work, okay? So if we want to look at the bell curve, which, imagine it just has this big pregnant bump in the middle, and the 2 ends are all the way down. On the one side is work, on the other side is play, right? So they go off and they do play for 5 minutes to say, I'm just going to clear my mind, and in the olden days, and hopefully there's not a lot of people around who still do this, but that's like the smoke break, but that's it. You say, okay, I'm stopping working and I'm going to do this fun thing, right? Fun for a few minutes, 5 minutes, 15-minute break, back to work. There's no middle there, right? But imagine you're at your desk and you're working and you're kind of having a hard time getting started, right? So you say, okay, I'm going to go buy something on Amazon for 5 minutes, or I needed to look for a present for my sister. And you do that, okay? But you have the tab open and now you're kind of putzing on Amazon. You know you need to work, so you force yourself to sit at your desk. But you also can't, you also are going to do a bad job, so you don't feel right about doing that. So you flip back and forth and back, and you're like, and now you're kind of playing and you're kind of working, right? Which means you're kind of doing neither. So you're not enjoying the fun of playing, and you're not getting any productivity from working. You, my friend, are in the middle. Now, the middle's not a terrible place. And like I said in the title, it's a nice place to visit. So once in a while, it's kind of nice to just kind of be kind of mellowing out or something and being like, oh, yeah, I'm getting started. I'm having my coffee and I'm doing this or doing that, right? imagine all the things in your life that are kind of diametrically opposed, right? There's being there's being single and there's being involved. There's working and there's playing. There's being healthy and there's being unhealthy. There's being lazy and laying around. And there's pushing yourself to exercise, right? There's middles to all those things. For exercise, there's, the exercise and being lazy. There's kind of the, well, I guess I'll take the stairs, sort of, that's good enough, kind of. But, your guilt gets the best of you. You're like, I didn't work out. I just took the stairs once today. That's it. Right? And then let me give you the example of like moving boxes. There's no middle in moving boxes. If you have to move 10 boxes to your attic, there's no middle. Either you're moving the damn boxes if you're not, or you're not, right? That's it. So in some things, there's not much of a middle. And although humans are incredibly lazy and clever at the same time, I'm sure we can find a middle for everything. But you see how the middle is sort of the place we default to? I mean, you could almost compare it to comfort zone, because it sure is comfortable kind of feeling like you're productive and kind of doing whatever the hell you want, right? I mean, if you can kind of get your job done, but also kind of just screw around and buy some stuff or what have you, I mean, that's a fairly comfortable place to be. But it's very taxing in a way that you don't realize, because you're not really making a commitment to work. That's the obvious part. Here's the part that you don't get. Here's the shocking part. Are you sitting down? Oh, well, yeah, good. You don't have to sit down. No, really, you can stand back up. It also detracts from your commitment to fun. And this gets back to alchemy for life and having balance, because balance doesn't just mean you bust your butt working. It means you bust your butt playing. And please don't say work hard, play hard. I've seen enough dating profiles that say that to throw up. What I'm saying is it can be surprisingly detrimental on your mental and emotional health if you don't commit to playing. If you go to work every day and you eat at your desk, that's a bad thing. I know you feel okay about it because, well, I did kind of screw around for kind of an hour at that point, in the morning at 10 o'clock. So I'm just going to kind of work through lunch. But are you? Or are you going to go, well, no, I want to eat my food here, because if I work really hard and I eat, I'm going to eat this in like 2 minutes. So there's always this give and take. And now you're like in the middle for 3 hours of your day because you made this bargain with yourself. And you'll find that life is just so much easier when you commit to working and you commit to playing. Now, I want to be clear here, because I am the captain of everything related to multitasking and doing more than one thing at a time, and time, energy, and resources. There, I said it. There. I'm Mark Bradford, and I can't help saying that. Thank you. Thank you for joining my therapy session. But as I've said in the past, there are ways to multitask properly, and there are ways that you're just wasting your freaking time, man. And I talked about that in a number of podcasts. I think one of them was the multitasking and the glue that holds it together. Congratulations, your board touched on that a little bit as well, and so forth. So if you want, go ahead and read those as well, or listen to those as well. They're a different subject slightly, and they'll help educate you a bit on what I'm not trying to say here. What I'm trying to say is avoid the middle, because the middle is a nice place to visit, but you don't want to live there. And what does that last statement mean? It means don't spend the majority of your time living in the middle, because nothing fun and nothing productive really is going to happen. It's kind of a milk toasty sort of just melange of just, it's meh. It's meh personified. It's what it is. It's just everything about meh is just, how was your day? Oh, it's okay. And secretly you're like, I kind of screwed around at work. Oh, okay. So you had a really fun day. No, I didn't have a fun day. Oh, so you were productive. No, I wasn't productive. Oh, so what were you? I was nothing. I lived in the middle today. Ugh. I'm thinking that's sinking in now. I'm thinking you're getting that. not a comment at all on your intelligence or perception. I'm saying this is, again, one of those odd comments I try to throw at you that seems subtle, but it's like it hits you like a ton of bricks when you get it. And you get it. And I hope you just got the importance of staying the hell away from the middle. Just pick one of the two diametrically opposed things that you're trying to do and just pick one of them. Because, and this could be a whole nother podcast, because when you make a commitment to one, it makes you value the other. Oh, right? If you say, I'm going to work really hard, and you're like, man, now I'm really waiting for that vacation. I want to see my girlfriend. Man, I'm going to make time for her, and I'm really going to focus and not think about work or not have my phone with me or anything. I'm not bringing any work home because I'm committed to my work right now. And I know I keep using the work and the play, but those are the two largest elements of life. It's the whole work-life balance thing that everybody says ad nauseum. So hopefully I did not say it ad nauseum. Hopefully I made a good point. So at this time, I'm going to say thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for committing the 11 or so minutes it took to listen to this. And as always, I love the feedback people give me. And I know it's most natural to find like a direct route to me and say, hey, Mark, da-da-da-da-da. But I really love when like the comments are more public, either on the site or somewhere else, Twitter, whatever, or LinkedIn, such a way that other people can benefit from that. Because really, I can go on and on and on about a subject. But if Joe Schmo in Kansas says that, you're like, oh my God, another human being, another normal person. They have the same problem. Cool. All right, I'm not alone. So let me know if you avoided the middle. Let me know what the middle was in your life that might have been the biggest middle causing some issues. And let me know if you think I'm absolutely, completely wrong. I think that would be fascinating too. And have a lovely day. Hey there, thanks for listening. I always appreciate your feedback. I really, really do. Wanted to let you know that the Sword in the Sunflower audiobook won as Best New Author for 2020. My podcast is available wherever you consume podcasts, and my books are available on Amazon. Take care.